Hello, my name is Debbie Ison and I'm a therapist. I run a therapy practice in Lincoln in the United Kingdom called Tranquil Awakenings, and I'm both a therapist and a therapy trainer in a number of different therapies. That includes things like hypnotherapy, neurolinguistic programming, Reiki, mindfulness and meditation, and integral eye movement therapy, as well as a selection of other therapeutic interventions. And I've been invited on here today to give you some assistance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to produce a series of short videos that give you some different examples of therapeutic interventions that you can use to assist yourself with the day-to-day challenges of this ongoing situation. And you can also use these to help release any traumas from the past that are coming to mind and that you're still holding on to. So I hope you find these videos practical and useful. Give the different strategies a go, and you may find that some of the techniques are more useful than others, but I hope that you find one that's successful for you. Okay, so the first technique I would like to go through on this video is something called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. And this is a tapping based therapy. And there are lots of variations of this out there. So what I will show you is based on the training that I've had in the past, which has been based on a gentleman called Gary Craig, who created Emotional Freedom Technique. If you want any more information on that, he's got a free website that's emofree.com, and there's lots of useful resources online. What we do with this technique is we use different acupressure points in the body to change the way we're feeling. And the idea is we tap on these different acupressure points as we're thinking about the trauma, the thing that's bothering you, and it changes how you feel within your body and your mind. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. So when I demonstrate this to you, I will be physically tapping on different points on my body. If you are limited mobility-wise, you can always get somebody else to tap on the parts for you, if you've got a carer or somebody else that lives with you. Or alternatively, if you imagine with intent that you are tapping on those parts, it will also help, because this is an energetic way of working. But what I will do, like I say, is I will show you how to physically do it today. So with EFT, what we do is we focus on the thing that is bothering us, because we want the neural pathways in the brain firing that hold that issue. We want the problem to be playing out so that we can do something to change it. So the first thing we need to do is think what the issue is. So, for example, let's assume it's worry. You could choose anything. It could be fear of spiders or flying. It could be feeling stressed or anxious. It could be overeating. Anything you choose, but we'll stick with worry for today. And you need to think on a scale of 1 to 10, or 0 to 10, how strong is that feeling? 10 being the strongest. And you give it a number. So I'm just going to write on my board here. So for example, we say it's an 8 out of 10. Okay. What we then need to do is we need to create a phrase. A phrase that gets the mind nice and prepared and working to make those positive changes. So the first part of that phrase needs to be the situation that is the presenting issue. Then the second part needs to be something positive that you accept about yourself. So the first part would be, in this instance, if we're using worry, even though I'm feeling worried. If it was fear of spiders, even though I have this fear of spiders. Even though I have this fear of wearing a face mask. Whatever it is. And the second part, positive statement. So you might say something like, I accept myself completely. Or, I'm a really good friend. Or, I'm fantastic at writing. You choose something that is positive about yourself that you believe to be true. So, for this, I'm going to say, even though I feel worried, I accept myself completely. And then we start the tapping. Now we've got our phrase. And this can be done on either side of the body. Depends sort of your handedness and your ability. So I'm just going to put one of my hands up and I'm putting it up so it's like a karate chop. And on the side of your hand here, down where your little finger is, you're going to start tapping. And as you start tapping, you say your phrase. So, even though I'm feeling worried, I accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling worried, I accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling worried, I accept myself completely. And you do that 3 times. Because that gets all parts of your brain nice and prepared to make the shifts. And it also switches on the issue that you're thinking about that you'd like to change. After you've done that starter phrase 3 times, you then need a reminder phrase, which is just keeping the mind on track and keeping it focused, because the mind can go a bit here, there and everywhere. So we'll just use for this, feeling worried. You will know the specifics of the thing that is bothering you. So you might want to be more specific in your phrasing. But I'll stick to feeling worried. So the first point is on the top of your head on the crown, and I tend to use a few fingers just to make sure I'm hitting the point. And you start tapping. Feeling worried. You then move into eyebrows here. Feeling worried. Outer eye. Feeling worried. Under eye. Feeling worried. Under nose. Feeling worried. Chin. Feeling worried. And down to your collarbone, these bumpy bits here. Feeling worried. Centre of chest. Feeling worried. Then sort of bottom part of your ribs. Feeling worried. Underarm. Feeling worried. Back of your wrist. Feeling worried. And then you go along the fingers and it's just along where the nail bed is, starting at your thumb. So feeling worried. Second finger, feeling worried. Third finger, feeling worried. Straight to your little finger, feeling worried. And then there's a little point here that's between the ring finger and the little finger, where you can either just rub or tap, feeling worried. After you've done the tapping in sequence, you then need to do some work with your eye movements. So as you carry on tapping or rubbing, you close your eyes, open your eyes, look down to the left, down to the right, roll your eyes in a circle one way, roll your eyes in a circle the other way, keeping your head still as you do all of that. Then you count the numbers 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum a bit of a tune that you know. So I'm going to do Happy Birthday. And then count the numbers 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a circuit. So after you've done that, you then review how you're feeling. So you think, how has that feeling changed? So for example, it might have gone from an 8 out of 10 down to a 6 out of 10. If the feeling's gone, then you just carry on with your normal day-to-day experience. If there is still some of that residual unwanted state remaining, you do the loop again. And that's what we're going to do in a moment. I'm going to demo it again, but I just want to explain some different elements of it. So as I say, we've done the karate chop, which gets your mind set up on what you're focusing on. You're then doing reminder phrases as you tap the different acupressure points, and this keeps your brain and mind focused on what it is that you're working on. You then do different movements with your eyes. The closing eyes, opening eyes, looking down to the left, down to the right, rotating eyes in a circle one way, eyes in a circle the other. We do that because your eye movements are very important in terms of the way your mind works. So different people store information in their minds in different ways. Some people see images, some people hear sounds, some people access feelings, or other people, it's a combination. And the mind stores them in different ways. And you may have noticed when you've had a conversation with somebody, their eyes dart to lots of different places during that conversation. And that's because the eye movements and the mind are linked. So as different parts of the brain are being accessed, the eyes go searching for it in different places. So by moving the eye movements deliberately into lots of different places and directions, it helps to reprogram the mind. It sort of scrambles up what it's been doing and makes it do it in a new, better way to release the trauma. It's a very similar thing then with the counting 1 to 5, humming and then counting again. That's going from a logical, analytical activity to a creative and back to a logical, analytical. So it's making different parts of the brain light up to do different tasks, which then reprocesses it. Okay, so I'm going to go around that loop again, imagining that I've still got some of that feeling. So the next time I might say, even though I still feel worried, I accept myself completely. Even though I still feel worried, I accept myself completely. Even though I still feel worried, I accept myself completely. Feeling worried, 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 feeling worried. Close your eyes, open your eyes, look down to the left, look down to the right, move your eyes in a circle one way, move your eyes in a circle the other way. Count the numbers 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum the first line of Happy Birthday, and count the numbers 1 to 5. And you keep repeating this loop as many times as you need until you've brought the emotion down to as low as it can possibly go. Now, of course, when you're using this, it's really important to bear in mind that some emotions are there for a very good reason. They're telling us that we need action. So, we need to get the emotional state down to a level where you can think logically to find solutions and take action. Other times, however, it may be used on a past trauma or a past event that perhaps you were in hospital and you were frightened because the nurses held you down. That's happened and that's over. So that just needs to be released from the body and the mind and let go of, so that it's no longer causing an issue. So if action is needed, make sure you're putting appropriate action into place. So for example, if you felt worried because you hadn't been paying your bills, you need to then take appropriate steps to find a way that you can get the support to help you get back on track with that. Whereas if it's something that you're worrying about that's happened in the past, or that's just causing an obstacle in day-to-day life emotionally, then it's a really good idea just to get rid of that baggage because it's no longer needed in your life. I hope you found that really useful and helpful, and I look forward to hearing from some of you hopefully as to how you got on with that. And I shall come back again another time and give you another strategy. So have a great day, Take care. Speak again. Bye bye.